upcoming Souls-like games in 2025 and beyond. Just remembering, Souls-like games are basically action RPGs, some specific features about a game itself that we can consider a Souls-like game, just like any Dark Souls or Demon Souls that started off. So today I'm going to show you some Souls-like games, some action RPG games with different styles. There are some really interesting here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Click on the like, subscribe to the channel. There's videos almost every day here, and I really hope you guys enjoy. So let's go to the video. Project the Perceiver is a Chinese fast-paced action RPG game. It is set in an open world with a Souls-like gameplay. The game is being developed by the studio Paper Games. The visual of this game is something really good. It's so beautiful to see a game like that, with amazing graphics and especially the movement of the character and enemies and everything in the surroundings. That looks really good. As I said, the game is going to be set in an open world, and I'm sure this is going to be really good to explore the open world of this game, with these beautiful scenarios and great gameplay. Yeah, the game looks really good, but we will need to wait a bit longer to see the final version of the game, as there is no release date yet, but may come out in 2025 or even 2026, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 and PC, but PlayStation 4 version could be cancelled. The Relic First Guardian is an action RPG developed by the studio Cloud Games. The game features a dark and dangerous world with a beautiful graphic style and impressive environment. The gameplay is basically inspired in a Souls-like style, with a cadence-based gameplay kinda similar to the new Lords of the Fallen, but a bit faster, with different creatures as enemies, all looking really good. The game, as any other Souls-like, have some huge and impressive boss fights, with great and inspiring soundtrack, and I must say that it looks good. But to really play the game, we need to wait until some moment of 2025, and the game is coming out to Xbox Series X, Series S, PlayStation 5 and also PC. Soulframe is a new action RPG set in an open world with an MMO experience, and it's going to be a free-to-play game, and it looks really good with the graphics, nice graphics by the way, and a beautiful and stunning world.
More righted though, in fayish way.
The game has been developed by the studio Digital Extremes, and it's going to be set in a fanciful and magical world, with interesting enemies, including interesting boss fights, in a sort of Souls-like style. It's not exactly a Souls-like, but with a lot of Souls-like mechanics.
A foundling here of mother's sorrow.
The game's been developed for a long time, even had a closed beta already, but there's no release date for the final version yet, and it's only confirmed for PC for now.
Or so they say. And join our family beyond your blood.
Phantom Blade Zero is a new fast-paced action RPG. All the videos, gameplays, trailers, and everything of this game looks mind-blowing, and the game is being developed by the studio S-Game. In this game, we see some inspirations in other games, with its own style and personality. And something that looks really good in this game, beyond the gameplay, is the graphics that looks absolutely amazing. One of the most beautiful games I've ever seen so far. And the game is not going to be exactly a Souls-like game, but with some aspects of a Souls-like game, like the gameplay and other features too. We still don't know how close they are from finishing the game, but I believe we still need to wait a little bit longer to see the final version of the game. Maybe the end of 2025, but I'd even say 2026 or even 2027. And it's coming out to PlayStation 5 and PC. No Rest for the Wicked is a unique and beautiful Souls-like, with a stunning graphic style, and it's been developed by the same studio of Ori series, Moon Studio. The game features a fluid and interesting gameplay, with a different camera style from standard Souls-like games, played from a perspective of an upper camera, with immersive scenarios and impressive and challenging boss fights. The game is on early access now on Steam, but for now you can't finish the game, you can't play the whole game. So in the case you really want to play this game, I recommend you to wait, but there's no release date yet for the final version, but it's coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Series S and PC. Where Winds Meet is a new open-world action RPG, with a Souls-like gameplay and mechanics. The game is being developed by the studio Everstone Studios and looks really promising. The game will be set in a mythological China, and is one of those games for you that likes to play for hours and hours, discovering new areas, getting better equipment, doing the main and also secondary quests, and obviously discovering new secrets in the game. All that sounds really good, but you need to wait until some moment of 2025 or even 2026 to finally play the game, and it's coming out to PlayStation 5 and PC. Witches of the New World is a Souls-like game with a horror approach that's been created in Unreal Engine 5, and the idea of the game seems really good, but let's see if the game will be. The game is set in the late 17th century, during the height of the witch hunting craze. You play in a third-person camera using melee weapons and also firearms, all set in a dark and evil world with multiple sorts of enemies. The game portrays some stories of Salem and promises to be an original and unique game, and is being believed to be released in 2025, only for PC for now.
Wooing his purity with her foul pride and
The first Berserker Khazan is a fast-paced action RPG game, also with a Souls-like approach, and the game is being developed by the studio Neopol and looks insane. The gameplay will be fast and brutal, and you'll face different types of enemies, as humans, creatures, and also insane boss fights that we know from other Souls-like games. But be aware, cause this is going to be a hardcore Souls-like game. For the lovers of action RPG games, know that this is coming out only in 2025, with no release date yet for now, but will be coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Series S and PC.
you never know.
Wuchang Falling Feathers is a new action RPG in the Souls-like style and looks absolutely amazing in the trailers. And the game is being developed by the studio Lindsay. In the game you explore a dark and mythological old China, with factions fighting for power, but also some powerful and impressive creatures. So if you enjoy Souls-like games, just get ready for this one, because from everything we have seen so far, it looks really good.
It becomes clear. The gift changes you, slowly consuming every part.
I'm sure this is going to be really fun to explore and discover the mysteries of this game, but we need to wait until some moment of 2025 to finally play it, and it's coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Series S and PC.
In an age forgotten, ancients...
Witch of Oblivion is a very unique Souls-like game, and believe me, it's really a Souls-like game, set in a magical and colored open world and based on a sorcerer's combat style. The game is being developed by the studio Tastel Alpha, and this is probably one of the most different Souls-like games I've ever seen in my life, because usually you expect a dark and dead world when you think about a Souls-like game, and not a kinda happy world like you see it right now.
stood in defiance. against their might.
The game will be more than a Souls-like game, and it will also have its own style and features in its manner. But I got curious about it. I want to see how it's really going to be. But the game has no release date yet, and it's coming out only for PC for now.
Came to call her the Witch of Oblivion.
Born of its raging expanse.
The Night Wanderer is an action RPG in a Souls-like style set in a unique world. The game promises to be set in a good and immersive story, with great scenarios and a beautiful graphic style.
By depraved thoughts, a shadow followed him.
The game is being developed by the studio Mighty Koi, and in the game will play as Wuchang, an elite soldier, and you must find out what happened to a lost expedition headed for a mysterious and fantastical planet of medieval-like Midgard.
Nice.
The game features a breathtaking graphics and environment, at least for what we can see right now. But to see the final version of the game, we need to wait until the game is finally out. But for now, we don't have the release date yet. But it's coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Series S, and PC.
Giving birth to fire. And to...
AI Limit is a sci-fi action RPG with a Souls-like approach. The game is set in a futuristic destroyed world with an interesting graphic style. Not realistic or cartoon, but a mix of both, I'd say, while it looks really good.
Imagine that they once ruled.
The game is being developed by the studio Sense Game, and in the game we play as Orisa, a blader with immortality, and explore the city ruin to find the hope of a new life in the distant future when civilization is on the verge of extinction.
The realm surrounded by springs and waterfalls, where flowers bloom.
I must say that this game got my attention now. I didn't know it until I decided to search for this video, but I'll surely keep an eye out for it now, and it's coming out to PlayStation 5 and PC, with no release date yet.
May the branch guide your path.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Click on the like, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave your comments in the comments field. Watch another video in the channel. There's a lot of videos in the channel already in this style, and also top games of PlayStation and Nintendo. Just check it out if you want to. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching, and so long.